huge round of applause for Todd Ness!
Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for coming. Let's give a big round of applause for Dale, everyone who was on the show, everyone who made it to their intro, everyone on the show. There we go. Man, I travel all over Canada, so I see every city, I see what they got, you know. I'm in hotels all the time. And the girl last weekend was really concerned. She's like, "Sir, I'm sorry to tell you this, sort of a bad week to stay with us. Just so you're aware, the slide to the pool is under construction." I'm like, "Yeah, is my room all right?" Or she's like, "Sir, your room is completely fine. I'm just saying the slide will not be available during your stay." I'm like, "Is this to catch a predator? I don't understand why you're even telling me this. I am a grown man with no children, and you're filling me in on the slide situation?" I'll say this right now. If you ever see a grown man with no family, after hours just going down a slide, you call the police. Immediately. Guy's living some life we don't approve of, you know. She's like, "The slide is closed, but I got good news because the hot tub is still open." And I'm like, "Oh, what a dream come true. The public hot tub. Let's go meet the people." You ever sober up while you're in a public hot tub and just look at the other people? Your brain is like, we wouldn't even want to be on a bus with these humans. And here we are, having a bath. What a dream come true. Just rubbing toes with random people. Disgusting, right? There's 4 inches of foam floating around too. No one even talks about that. What is it? Get it off that kid's face. We don't even know what it is. And he's putting it on his face. He's like, "Mom, look at this. I have a beard. It's so itchy, but I have a beard. I'm Santa Claus. I am hepatitis Santa, so..." It's not the best Santa. I just don't like these guys coming into the water all hairy. Get out. You're too hairy. Get out. Anytime I see a super hairy guy coming in, I'm like, anyone doing inventory on this guy? You better be leaving with the same number of hairs you come in with, sir. Because I know you're not. Body hairs don't follow the rules, do they? They live a life of their own. They jump off wherever they want. You see body hairs all over the place. Sometimes you see a body hair in a urinal. What? Ladies, I'm sorry you have to find out about this. I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. I'm sorry. Sometimes you see a body hair. Every time I see a hair in a urinal, I always pause to myself and have to think, who is this guy? I don't know a lot about him. I know he's shaking too hard. I know that. Like, no one wants a drip, but if debris is coming off, man, dial it back a notch, you know? I just want to tell him that, but I can never catch him. He's always one bathroom ahead of me. Just Johnny Appleseeding Denny's all over the country. So I'm not going in the hot tub. That's all I'm saying, right? It's funny because hotels want you to use the hot tub and the pool, but they don't want you using towels, do they? They're pretty sensitive about the towels. They always got some passive-aggressive message about the environment linked to the towels, right? Sometimes you don't even know if it makes sense. So like, help us save the Amazon by hanging up your towel. You're like, what are these, made of wood? What are you talking about? All right, every time you use a towel, we have to kick 7 beavers right in the head. That is a lot of beavers. But you know what they are saying, which I actually agree with, is they're saying there's a lot of towels here, treat them with a little respect. Because you think about the things that you do to a hotel towel. If that was a person, you would be in jail. It's unbelievable. You don't even hang them up, do ya? A home towel you use, you find a hook, you put it away. A hotel towel, if it even touches your skin, you just chuck it in the corner. Done. That's done. That will never touch me again. I'm gonna kick it away from me. Gross. You start power tripping on towels, right? You're like, oh, what is that, 1 drop of water on the counter? Better use a big one to clean that. Yeah, I could have used a small one, but they creep me out. I like the big ones. I'm very good with my towels now because I live with my girlfriend, and that is one of our rules. I found out we have a lot of rules. And we have to make plans. That's what I've learned. Girls love to have a plan. What are we doing? And then what? And how is that all gonna end? And I'm like, it's Wednesday, let's just go outside. She's like, I'm not just going outside if I don't know what we're gonna do. And I'm like, why? She's like, my outfit's stupid. My outfit. Are we doing a stand-up activity, or are we doing more of a sit-down type of activity? I'm like, that should be the same pants. I've never seen a really cool chair I want to sit in. I'm like, ah, crap, these are my stand-up jeans. Oh, these don't bend at the knee. This was a big mistake. She loves to think ahead, even within the day. We go to lunch, right? We're going to lunch. And I go, hey, do you know what you want to eat? And she's like, well, what are we doing for dinner? And I'm like, no. We're doing lunch right now. She's like, yeah, but what if I get a quesadilla for lunch? And then it turns out we're gonna have quesadillas for dinner. I'm like, oh, then I guess you're gonna eat 2 quesadillas. What are you, the Queen of England all of a sudden? But she does have to plan stuff farther ahead than I do. I just had no idea about that. She's like, well, what are we doing Sunday? I don't know. Are we drinking on Sunday? Maybe. Okay. If we're gonna drink on Sunday, I need to know about that by Thursday. I'm like, why? She's like, because that means I have to wash my hair on Friday. I'm like, it takes your head 3 days to dry? You're gonna have pneumonia. You can't drink. And I'm also like, you just had a shower, right? She's like, that wasn't a full shower. That was a body shower. What the hell is that? I found out girls have different kinds of showers. I didn't even know that was an option. Men only have one kind of shower. It's called a shower. Right? We have a short one and a long one. That's all. Under a minute, over a minute. That's all we have. Even our public showers are completely different. I had no idea, right? Like the men's public shower is just an open pit. There's 9 shower heads, one of them works. And I thought women had the exact same setup as we do. And then I started watching a lot of internet videos. And apparently women have a completely different setup. You actually have like a cubby that you go into, right? and there's a curtain, and you close the curtain and you go, this one is taken. Thank you, right? We don't have a cubby with a curtain in the men's bathroom. And if we did, if we had a cubby with a curtain and some guy left the pit to go shower in there, none of us would trust that guy. We'd all be huddled outside the stall like, what the hell is he doing in there? Hey man, quit being a weirdo. Get out here and show me your dick right now. One of us. One of us. But we don't need privacy, right? Because you can't body shame a guy. That's the whole thing. Even if your worst enemy was in the shower, what are you going to say that's going to hurt his feelings? Hey, you're like, oh, crap, Steve's here. Yo, Steve. You got an ugly dick, dude. I guarantee Steve's not over here like, oh no. Now I have to quit hockey. Oh no. My ugly dick. He would take one look and be like, yeah, pretty gross. Pretty gross. So is yours. They're all disgusting. They look like they've been run over by a bicycle, you know? To be fair, I actually don't even know why I work out anymore. I have no idea. I go to the gym, I do bench press. For what? It's complete, that's a useless motion, right? This? For what? Unless you want to fight. You want to fight? You better hope you're not right there. I'll shove you till you change your mind, dum-dum. It's so dumb. You get good at bench press and no one knows. How would you even reveal that in public, right? I gotta be in some crazy scenario where I'm at a house party and at some point a bookshelf falls on my chest. That's exactly 195 pounds. And everyone's there, they're like, oh my God, should we help him? And I'm like, no. I can do 6 of these. Everyone's like, wow, he's so cool. That is so cool. So we live together now, you know, and we talk a lot. She's like, I want to be more involved in your life. I want to do things with you that you like to do. You like to watch sports. Let's watch sports together, right? And I love that suggestion. That's amazing, right? Because you know, guys, you know when you're sitting there watching hockey by yourself, you're like, oh, I wish there was more questions. Need someone to explain all this to, you know? We talk a lot. We talk at night when I have the least energy, and she always loves to ask, how was your day, right? And that's a tough question for a man. You ever think about how your day went? As a man, you're like, I don't even know how I got home, to be honest. I think I ate a sandwich and felt nothing. I don't know. And we did that for a long time. And then finally one night she was like, have you ever noticed how I always ask how your day went? And I said, oh yes, I've noticed. She's like, you ever notice how you've never one time asked how my day went? And I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a 2-player. And also, who waits 3 months to correct that? All right? I felt terrible. I had to explain to her. I was like, you're right, I've never asked. I feel horrible. I want you to know the only reason I've never asked how your day went is just because I don't care. Any man who's too afraid to laugh at that can leave the show right now. No, I love you more than anything. I care about you, but your day, what are you gonna blow my, what'd you have lunch on a pirate ship? I kept all those thoughts inside. I asked her one time, right? And so I was like, how was your day today? She's like, oh, I talked to my boss. I got a raise, big whoop. And I'm like, well, a raise is good. You don't sound too excited. She's like, yeah, it is good. I'm a little upset because I got a raise today. And I just kind of wish I could have told you about it. And I'm playing the tapes back in my head. Like, with all due respect, I believe you literally just told me about it. She's like, yeah, but only because I brought it up. And I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on right now? Why are we reverse engineering a conversation, you know? I don't even know if that's wrong. I think it's just a difference in how we communicate, you know? Because I know for me, I've never had something that I really want to tell her. I think about it all day. And I rush home from work. And as soon as I get there, I sit on the edge of our bed. And I think to myself, as a man, oh boy, I sure hope she asks all the right questions. So I can bring this up tonight. It's important to talk, though. It's important to be open, you know? I think the rule is if you're going to have an important talk, you both need to be sober. Or you both need to be drunk. We've tried to have them on the way home from ladies' night after I pick her up, and that's a disaster. I'm like, how was your night? She's like, oh, it's very educational. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't want her to learn things tonight. She's like, sometimes I see other couples and it just makes me feel like we just don't even know each other. I'm like, well, we've been together for 6 years, so I think I know you really well. And she's like, you don't know the real me. I'm like, what do you fight crime at night? What do you... We're just good at different things. She's very good at emotions and being open, and I'm very good at shopping. And so that's what I do for us, is I do the shopping for the house. Not because I like shopping, but because I'm good at it. Every time I do self-checkout, I set a new time record. And you should too. Self-checkout is about speed. We're trying to get out of the store. So if you screw up at self-checkout, just leave your stuff and go to a new store. Like an adult. Some of these people hang around for help. You're not embarrassed. There's a line behind you. You're like, help! Too much, too hard, help! Send an adult, please! I screwed up. I need a code or something. They have a button now. It happens so much, they have a button. I said, no one will use that. I saw a grown man push the help button. A grown man, help! In front of his family. What are you doing? How could you ever respect your father if your first memory is him unable to buy a banana by himself? Like, this guy's a loser. This guy's in charge of our family? Mom, Dad's trying to type onion with a U. I don't know. Find a big bag of Union. It's gonna be a while. I love self-checkout, though, because you're in control. You know what's going to happen the whole time. Sometimes you go to the regular till, and there's surprises right at the end, right? You're about to pay, you know your budget, and at the last second, they're like, oh, would you like to donate to our charity for today? And you're like, oh, crap. What is it? And you're hoping she's going to say it quietly, right? But she announces it to the whole store. Yes! It's for children born without backs. They want to play basketball, but they... It can't, because you need a back to jump. So, one loony would fix a back. One loony. A toonie does 3 backs. Would you like to, she looks you in the eyes. And she's like, would you like to donate a toonie for a backless child? And you have to look this person in the eyes and with a straight face go, no thank you. I'm here to buy a tennis racket, not a spine. Let's keep moving. The only charities I really like to give to are animal charities because that's their only source of income. They can't get jobs right now. As far as I know, sometimes I get suspicious. Like I went to the zoo here and they're like, oh, you gotta go check out the Western Canada exhibit. What? You pay $80 for a zoo ticket and you know what the Western Canada exhibit is? There's deer. Deer! Deer! I'm like, I almost hit 4 of these in the parking lot. Are these the same ones? Do they just dodge cars for a bit, then come in, put in a shift, make deer money? What are they doing? I like at the zoo when animals get loose, because I think they should, right? Sometimes they go after people. Good. You're already serving a life sentence. Let's do a little crime out here, you know? It's never the animals we suspect either. That's what's strange to me, right? It's the animals we think we could trust. Did you guys know Shamu killed a person? Isn't that crazy? Shamu. All of our heroes from the 90s are terrible. Shamu, R. Kelly. We have got no one left, you know? I remember when Shamu killed one of the trainers. SeaWorld came out, they're like, don't you worry, we got the police investigating. And I'm like, what kind of poor rookie cop did you put on a whale murder? This guy's out here dusting a fish tank for fingerprints. Like, I don't think it has hands. I think he used his mouth. It's full of knives. I think he used the knife mouth. And they're like, why would he do it though, right? We always want to know the motive. Why would Shamu kill his friend, right? He blew the whistle, he would do the loops. They had a good relationship. Why would he flip? Why would he get even angry? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Shamu found out about the ocean. Sometimes people have charities for themselves now. That's a bit ridiculous, right? GoFundMes, they started off good, but then they just turned into like, you're like, we're raising money, click the link, right? You click the link. If I see one more GoFundMe campaign called Sarah Wants to Go to Tahiti, but she forgot to work. Even $5 really helps me. But that's my generation. I think we're obsessed with ourselves. The only photos we even take now are just selfies. That's the only photos we take, right? And I think the reason we get away with that is because our photos are digital now. And you don't have to get your film developed, right? Think about back in the day. Could you even imagine the level of confidence you would have to take a roll of film all the way to Zellers, rest in peace, all the way. I still have 400 Club Z points I can't even use, so. But imagine taking that film all the way to Zellers, dropping it off, knowing that it was just 28 photos of your own dumb face. They wouldn't even develop the film. They would call the police. They'd be like, this psycho went to Europe and it's just Germany. Let me show you my lips in Belgium. Lips are so big now, hey? Anytime someone got their lips all that's what I think they're thinking in their head, just the sound Why are lips so big? Who is it for, you know? If you're doing it for you and it makes you feel good, more power to you, you know? Why not? But if you're getting your lips to try and attract guys, you can stop immediately. I'm just gonna be 100% real with you. No guy gives a shit about lips. Never in my life have I seen a girl walk by where I'm like, my God, did you guys see the mouth on that girl? And she's over there like, I'm like, oh, I'd love to run up and just she's my dream girl. That's actually a red flag to me, to be honest. You should look out for that. Girls, if you're ever on a date with a guy who's actually into that stuff, who really likes little bits and pieces of your face, he's gonna eat you. That's a serial killer right there. I don't know. Ladies, you don't have to get your lips bigger. We like you just the way you are. As long as your boobs are nice and it is weird. I think about boobs a lot. I Google image them today, and I realized this year that I actually get a little jealous of boobs. Isn't that strange? I get jealous. Not that I want to have boobs, but I just like the concept, right? A genital that can be part of your outfit. I'll never have that feeling. Look how sad every man just got at the show right now, realizing we never get to have that experience. There's no sexy outfits for dudes. You don't get to show up at work in the new year, makeover, push-up jeans. Just a teaser amount of nut hanging out the top. Did Brad get promoted? He is so juicy. They're gross, so I don't even want to touch them. They go on TV, they're like, check your balls for lumps. Okay. Any more instructions with that? That's not a thing you just figure out. You guys ever felt a ball before? Literally, the whole thing is a lump. You can't just, you gotta have neighbors come over and everyone grab a corner and we're just gonna. Moved again, I don't know. That might have been a lump, might have just been the balls, to be honest. The whole thing feels the same, so. You gotta take care of them too, right? You gotta be careful with those. You wanna have children. I ask myself now, I'm like, I'm at that age, could I have kids? Do I want them? I don't know. They're very expensive, first of all. Very expensive. I Googled it, how much it is to have one kid, $300,000. From 0 to 18 is $300,000. That's right, yeah. And by the way, that isn't for, like, an amazing Olympic kid that you want to show to people. Oh no, that's for a base model, Steve. Works at Foot Locker till he's 38. That's why when you're a parent, you're just a fundraiser. That's all your life turns into, right? You're just a fundraiser all the time. When I was a kid, we had to raise money all the time. Bottle drives every weekend. Bottle drives, you know? By the way, I didn't realize this, but bottle drives are only successful if you are a child. That's very important. I didn't even know that was a factor until we tried to do one last year for my men's league hockey team. Just a bunch of full-grown men fanning out in a cul-de-sac, wearing hockey jerseys. Hey, can we check your garage? We'd like to go to the Lethbridge on a hockey tournament. Like, why don't you get a job, okay? You guys are losers. One time they put my mom in charge of the bottle drive. Terrible idea. She'd never been to the bottle depot. We didn't know that till we got there. And she was trying to get our bottles assessed for prices. She's haggling with the poor bottle guy. She didn't think the prices are set. She's like showing things off to this guy. She's like, okay, how much is this container worth? He's like, that's like 10 cents. She's like, oh, this guy's a grinder. All right. All right, this one's like twice the size of that. What is this worth? Here. And he's like, yeah, that's 10 cents. And finally, she pulls this. She's like, all right, I was going to save this to last, but I feel like I got to hit you with this right away. This one actually has a handle on it. How about that? And finally, I was like, Mom, stop. This guy does not care about any of these items, right? You think this is going to turn into some kind of antiques roadshow all of a sudden? Where he's like, oh, yeah, let me see it. Oh, my God. Do you have more from the Sunny Delight collection? Look at that label. Looks great. Handle is intact. And original lidding. Oh, wow. 10 cents. That's all. You gotta have gender reveals now, too. You have a kid, you gotta have a gender reveal party, right? I went to one because I didn't know what it was. I was excited. I showed up early. I said, I'm here. I've had a few drinks. Let's start revealing genders. Start with the adults. I got some guesses. She's like, no, Todd, this is for our child. And I said, that sounds inappropriate. So what you do is you do it in a different way. Hers was balloons. She's like, we're going to release the balloons. They might be pink. That means our child will be a girl. I'm like, okay. She's like, but we're going to release them. They might be blue. That means the baby is a boy. I said, fascinating. I said, all right, which one are we all cheering for? She said, no, stupid. We will be excited no matter what. I said, oh. I guess my only follow-up question to that would be, then why the hell are we doing this? It's not a reveal if it doesn't matter. This is my entire Saturday. There should be a 10% chance those balloons are black, and there's a lot of questions. I don't know if we should have clapped at that one, guys, but you got to teach your kids a lot of stuff too, right? You got to teach them about drugs. My mom came into my school as a guest speaker for marijuana. How weird is that? My mother came into my school as a guest speaker for marijuana. My mom is not a social worker. She is not Jamaican. There's no reason. She had one story. She's like, Mommy knows the guy who did the weed. One time. Fucking died. Like, was he on the Titanic when he tried it? But then when we should have had a guest speaker, they didn't hire anyone. The day we learned about condoms is the worst day I ever had in school. Because they should have had a third party come in and teach it. Nope, just my dusty old social studies teacher showed up with a bag full of stuff, right? He's like, I want everyone to look around, see who's in class today. Because in just a couple of minutes, we're gonna help each other learn how to put on condoms, okay? And I was so confused. I'm like, dibs Jessica right away. Yes! He was like, Todd, put your hand down. That is so inappropriate. We all dibs Jessica. So, he's in jail now, don't worry about it. To make things fair, we're not going to use ourselves, but we are going to use some fruits and vegetables that I picked up. And this is where I'll tell you guys, I still think about that class twice a month. Because I don't know where this guy went grocery shopping. I've been to every farmer's market since. I remember he stood at the front of the class and with a straight face, just started handing on out 13-inch Ecuadorian bananas. Causing a silent panic amongst all the boys. No one said a word, but our faces were like, none of us. I got my own lunch open. I was like, you get those baby carrots in rotation. We have to save a few. Do you know how traumatizing that is for a young man? Just watching the first girl you ever loved slip away like that. I remember her saying things like, my goodness, it's heavy. I thought maybe when I grow up, oh no, I'm a grown man. I've never heard heavy. I don't know if I'd believe it if I did. I would think a girl's being sarcastic if she's like, oh, I can barely lift it. Oh, my God. Whoa. Whoa, let me put on my gym shoes. That didn't... Like I said, I do the shopping for our family, right? And I'll buy anything. I'm not afraid. I'll buy tampons. I'm not scared to do it, right? I'll do it. But I need information, don't I? I need details. The first time she sent me to pick them up, no info. She just threw it on the grocery list. It was like bread, cheese, tampons. 24. And I'm like, any man, when you read that, your first thought is, that is way too many. 24, a flat? Of 10, what are your friends coming over? What? Let's just get a 6-pack and make it through the weekend, you know? And I'm like, but how would I know what to get for her, right? Commercials, useless. Tampon commercials, I don't even know who writes those. They don't relate to anyone. I saw one where a girl is snowboarding. She's like, yeah. Snowboarding? Whose life is that? I've seen my girlfriend during that time of the month. I will do whatever she needs to help. I don't recall her one time waking up with the request like, oh, I'm so bloated. Oh. Can you take me to the skate park? Feel like doing some tricks? I'll go get my board. Drive fast, I want to be on the half pipe when this hits. Let's go. Fortunately, when I was there was a sales guy, and that was super useful to me, right? I realized pretty quickly after talking to this gentleman, this is not a sales guy, because that doesn't exist. This is some poor 16-year-old who works in electronics, who I've sucked into my situation. So now me and Tucker have to try and figure this out. And he's trying to hide his nerves, right? He's like, okay. How hard could this be? It's just like getting batteries. Wow, that's a whole aisle now, isn't it? Look at all these options. Does she play forward or defense? This one has wings on it. If she's a goalie, that's a really good idea. That'll deflect the puck. That's what they're saying. Look at this. This has a string if she gets lost. So I'm like, I don't even know if this guy knows what he's talking about. Because he started then saying things that I'm like, is this even relevant? He's like, sorry, we gotta narrow it down. What size are we looking for? And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, what size? And I'm like, size? For tampon? Let's go with like a 2, dude. Maybe one for the winter. Is there a winter version? I actually got insecure for myself, right? I was like, what if that's not the measurement, right? What if it's like, no, what's the depth? Depth? Pretty deep, dude. Like a meter? I don't... Is there a back? I've never touched the backboard on that basket. I'm just doing layups in my driveway. I didn't even know you could, do that. This year for my birthday, I got KY warming gel. Do you guys know what that is? KY warming gel. Not even from a girlfriend, from my guy friends. That's nice. That's nice when your 9 best friends manage to pull $13. Okay, yeah, but it's my birthday, so I try it, right? And it's weird. I don't know if you guys have ever used it, but this was the premium stuff. This went hot. No, this went cold to hot. Cold. First you put it on, and it's freezing. And that's not fun. I don't even know why that's part of it. Cold? Who gets aroused by the cold? You ever been in a blizzard? You're like, oh, so horny. And then, oh, I can barely shovel the driveway because I keep hitting this boner out here. So that's not fun. You just hang in for the cold part, right? And then pretty soon, you're patient, and it goes from below freezing to 22 degrees and sunny on your junk, just like that. Ah, it's like jerking off in a Chinook. And here's where we had a bit of an issue, guys. Didn't stop at 22 degrees. Though I wish it did not. It continued getting hotter to the point this turned into a medical emergency. And I start panicking, right? I go back to the label. I'm looking for like a dosage. Maybe I was supposed to mix it with milk. I have no idea. I put it straight on like a cowboy, I'm looking for a poison control hotline. It got so bad, I actually checked the cap for a Wemmis symbol. Just a skull with 2 dicks and a hexagon. So I go back to the sink, try to wash it out. You can't. It's in your pores. The dogs are barking. They sense trouble. I go back to the label one more time. I turn it to the front, and that's when I realize rub A535 the whole fucking time. Thank you guys very much, Calgary. You've been absolutely incredible.
Keep it going for Todd Ness, everybody.